Right, so writers are currently making up to $700 an hour, not by writing books, but actually just by leaving comments on other people's social media posts. Welcome to the deep dive, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds completely fake, but we are looking at a massive stack of blueprints from 2026 today, all detailing exactly how to hit that $10,000 a month income mark.
Exactly. And the mission here is really just to cut through all that get rich quick noise. We want to map out the actual high leverage frameworks for you to get there, whether you are starting totally fresh or trying to scale up an existing hustle.
Right, and the best part is you really do not need venture capital for this playbook. You just need to understand the basic mechanics of the modern digital economy.
Because we are talking about business models operating with like upwards of 90% profit margins driven entirely by high value digital systems.
Yeah, it's a completely different landscape now.
Okay, let's unpack this 700 an hour figure because it perfectly illustrates how to monetize your existing skills in this high margin space.
Yeah, so this is social media ghostwriting. Basically, writers are taking executive insights and repurposing them into highly readable LinkedIn posts or X threads.
Right, but the acquisition strategy is what's wild to me. They use this method called comments as consulting.
Exactly. So instead of sending a cold email that just gets ignored, they publicly comment on a prospect's post. They rewrite a hook or suggest a better formatting structure right there in the open.
Oh, so they are giving the solution away in public, essentially proving their competence immediately.
Right. And then they just follow up relentlessly until they get a response. I think the original quote was, until they call the cops.
Yeah, that's intense. But writing comments still requires your active time, right? So how do you take that same specialized knowledge and decouple it from the clock?
Well, that brings us to packaging knowledge. Things like custom GPTs and Notion templates. You build the architecture once, and the margins are massive.
Because the replication cost is basically zero.
Exactly.
But wait, looking at Substack, the data shows this totally counterintuitive secret. To get 1,000 paid subscribers, you basically have to give away your absolute best work for free.
Yeah, it feels backwards, I know.
I really have to push back here, though. Isn't that like putting all the very best explosions in a movie trailer? Like, why would anyone buy a ticket to the movie if they have already seen the best parts?
Well, in the knowledge economy, showing the explosions is actually the only way to prove your movie is worth paying for.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you are an unknown creator and you hide your best insights behind a paywall, you have zero trust with the audience. By giving away your highest quality work, you establish immediate credibility.
Right, so you aren't really selling the raw information itself. You are selling trust, curation, and eventually deeper community access.
Exactly. Leading with intense value builds the leverage you need to actually ask for money later on.
Okay, but what happens when you max out those hours? Even with a paid newsletter or ghostwriting, you still get a ceiling eventually.
Yeah, you simply run out of time to trade for dollars. So the necessary transition to scale further is shifting from selling your hours to selling systems.
Right, which is where we see the rise of no-code micro SaaS. And that's basically building niche software without needing to know how to write a single line of code.
Exactly. Think of like a simple automated tool that just helps a business recover failed subscription payments, or AI automation agencies.
Oh yeah, the AI agencies. So instead of you personally answering phones, you set up an AI voice agent for, say, a local dental clinic, right?
Yeah, because the clinic loses thousands of dollars a month when the front desk misses patient calls while dealing with people in the office.
So the AI agent catches those missed calls, acting as a tireless receptionist, and you charge a monthly retainer for that system.
Right, and there are other variations too, like high-ticket affiliate marketing. That's where you act as the bridge, referring someone to a coaching program to net a heavy commission.
Or productized services, which is taking a messy, customized service like sleep consulting and packaging it into a fixed, flat-rate system.
Exactly. You just remove the endless back and forth scoping and sell a specific predictable result.
Let me pause you on the AI voice agent and the microSaaS models, though. Is this basically just digital landlordism?
How do you mean?
Well, historically, I mean, if you wanted passive income, you might buy a raw vacant piece of land and flip it, or build an apartment to rent out.
Mm.
Now you're building a hands-off AI chatbot for a dentist and renting it out month after month. Is owning digital infrastructure just the new real estate?
I mean, yeah, the parallel holds up really well. You are building an asset that generates recurring revenue by solving a specific, expensive problem.
But unlike physical real estate, the barrier to entry is radically lower.
Right. You do not need a massive bank loan to program an AI voice agent.
Hmm.
You just need the technical curiosity to build the system once.
So really, heading $10,000 a month isn't about grinding 10 times harder.
Not at all. It is about identifying those specific expensive problems for a niche audience and leveraging automation.
Right, so you are no longer the bottleneck. The true value lies entirely in the architecture of the system you build, not in the hours you sweat.
Exactly. That is the core takeaway for anyone listening who wants to scale up.
Well, that leaves me with a wild thought for you to mull over. We've talked heavily today about using AI to automate your service delivery for human clients.
Right.
But as these AI agents become more sophisticated and autonomous, how long until your marketing materials and sales pitches need to be optimized to sell directly to another business's AI?